Hello fellow voyagers, it is another day on the homestead. Everyday life around here is never a dull moment. We've been pretty occupied just getting things organized. Of course, we got the tiny home delivered. You saw that on video. We are working on getting our fencing put in. Also picked up all this stuff this morning from my brother. We have about 30 posts now, some stones, a bunch of fencing. Let me show you what we've been working on. So I have a lot of farm material that was in storage. Just raw fencing and chicken wire and everything. But you can kind of see here the outline of these fence posts. What we're envisioning is, and it's been a work in progress because we don't know where the summer sun sits to put a garden in. That area out there always gets the most sun, so I'm assuming there. But for the goats, I think we're gonna cut a notch out here, a sliding gate doorway, and then have a fence come along and then go out there to the pasture. So there's a good bit of work to do, clearing shrubs. I got a big burn pile going out there. The fence is going to be just 20 feet that way, 40 feet that way, into the woods, back up and around. The goats we're going to be getting are going to be pretty small at the very beginning, so they're not going to need tons of space, and goats really don't eat a lot of pasture is what people assume. On a small homestead, I've read it's a little bit better just to bring the food to them and not have them just grazing, because they don't graze that much, believe it or not. I want to get all this done before spring starts, and it's the end of January, so I think we can knock it out. I think we have enough time to do it. Another project I'm gonna be doing here soon that you're gonna be seeing is we're gonna be taking out these cross beams and reinforcing the rafters up here and raising this ceiling up in the center probably by 5 or 6 feet. So that'll be a cool project to show y'all, kind of raising the roof inside of a workshop and a barn. We also got these stones from my mom. There's about double the amount still at her property. But what I'm envisioning with these is going to the tiny home here and doing a pattern or filling this walkway in all the way to the tiny home. So something like that. This whole walkway would be filled, and then hopefully there'll be enough to then do that patio in there we talked about. But we'll see how far these go. Definitely plenty of projects to do around here, and not a lot of time to do them. Time to cut a little brush. Cut and brack. cutting back all this brush. We're making this where our second driveway that comes in here. I'll be able to pull a trailer like with hay or livestock or even the RV and be able to come all the way back here. So you can see all this brush was about out to here. So there was this entire concrete pad that's laid here that you can't really use or even access because of the overgrowth. So cut all this back. All this is going to go into the fire pit, and then the focus will be fencing in this area here in the next couple weeks. But it's coming along, and probably from this clip you'll come to another day. Good morning, fellow voyagers. Welcome to another cold, beautiful morning in Georgia. Today me and my dad are gonna be reinforcing the rafters in the shop slash barn and be able to raise the roof in here so I'll have higher clearance. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. If you see right there, and I think I've shown this to you before, it's not touching up there and supported. So we're gonna reinforce with some treated 2x4s and be cutting this out, which will raise this clearance so I don't hit my head. So it's gonna be interesting. We have all the tools we need. We got all the saws. Everything's lined up. He is on the way. I think I'm gonna use the generator to power some light and stuff out here because we don't have power out here yet. So another great use for that generator we bought from the road. But eager to get this show started. Let the work begin. All right, everybody, so what we're running into here, as you can see, these have been separated through time. We are reinforcing double-sided pressure-treated 2x4s. We'll be removing this centerpiece board. Therefore, the ceiling will now be raised probably 4 to 5 feet in the center. It's gonna be great, but what a process. Super cool. All right, so that's what we're working with. Reinforced 2x4s. See what's going on here now? Supported all the way across. 1 down, 5 to go. out here, by the way. Look at the space we have. So you're seeing the concept here. We're no longer going to hit our heads as a 6'1" person. Now look at all that space. So we can fit an RV in here maybe one day. Okay. So we are going to figure out how we're going to reinforce the sides here, but as we move along, I still have to dismantle this rack, but I believe the homeowners before us had too much stuff on these slats, too much weight, and it just weighed it down. And you had the separation up top and nothing was being supported. So now it looks like, as you can see, looks way better. Okay, so for the last bit, I want to keep this overhang. This is gonna be the shop area, and there's already lights mounted underneath here, as you can see. So I'm gonna keep this, but it's still separated up top. So what my genius idea there, I'm gonna jack this up, hopefully pushing the 2x4 up, then pushing that up, and then we're gonna put the two beams across and screw everything in and try to keep this instead of taking it out like we did the rest. But we'll see how this goes.